All right. Okay. So just tell me a little bit about what's going on.
I have fallen a few times on my back on New Year's Eve. I fell on the ice, but I've been kind of clumsy, so fallen in my house. So because of that, fallen forwards, fallen backwards.
Okay.
And so because of that, I've got some sciatica pain, and today it's been a little bit worse.
All right. Well, good news is miracles don't really care if you've been clumsy or not.
Right. Sorry.
I almost thought that you were going to stand up and fall just for the added effect. That would have been good. So, okay. So first off, whatever this is, right? Whatever I do, whatever we do, it's more about the experience than it is about the result. That being said, the results are good a lot of the time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've done some distance healing myself.
And so if we get too wrapped up in the results, then we miss out on the experience. But the experience is what's possible. So let's say somebody's pain is a 10 and it goes to a 2. Well, that opens up a whole lot of possibility, because when somebody's in extreme pain, they are limited on what they think is possible. And they think that it's going to be that way forever. So, sometimes it's instant, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times, right? It just all depends. Everybody's a little bit different. So on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you say that your pain level is?
It is about 9, 8 or 9.
Okay. And what does that limit you from doing?
Sleeping comfortably, just sitting at my desk. I'm constantly either moving or trying to put a heating pad on it.
Okay.
I don't like taking medicine.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So just sitting there right now, it's about a 9?
Yeah.
All right. So just relax for me for a second, okay?
Okay.
All right. So what do you notice now?
I felt some throbbing in the back of my head. It's better. There's still a little bit at the very bottom left side.
All right. So relax one more time.
Okay.
All right. So what do you notice now?
Yeah, it's loosened up. It's loosened up. Huh. Yeah. It's definitely loosened up. Let me stand.
Okay.
Okay, there's still a little bit on the top left shoulder blade, in the shoulder blade. A little bit.
Okay. So real quick before I get to that, on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you say that the pain is now?
Probably a 3. It's been like this all day bothering me, so it's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a minute to sink in. Okay, so just relax a second and let me focus on your upper back. All right. So what do you notice now?
It's funny because I can feel it like pulsating when you started to work on, like immediately I could feel like pulsating um, at the back of my head when you started.
Yeah. So,
Um,
one thing to remember and what I try and remind people is whatever you're feeling is really you. Because the only thing that I'm doing is silently encouraging you to do what you're already capable of doing.
mhm.
Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I know that it's possible because I instantly healed myself. I continue to know that it's possible because I continue to see other people heal themselves. But I understand enough to know that the reason that we sometimes don't heal ourselves is because we forget that we're capable of it. So
Yes.
if the world's doing this to people, pretty soon we think that we're out of options, that we're disempowered. And all I'm doing is I'm pushing the world back so that the person then can start to believe in possibility again.
Okay. Got it.
That makes
I
sense.
just thought earlier I should be able to heal myself. I just don't know how.
Yeah, well, and sometimes it takes a cheerleader, right, to encourage somebody to do what they're already capable of doing,
Right.
right? It's like if you're running a race, I'm not running the race for you. I just know that you're capable of running the race, and so I'm cheering you on as you go.
Just like a person that does hands-on healing is not the person that's doing the healing, they're just a conduit.
Right.
So that you are doing is you're just a conduit, right?
Yeah. Well,
Forcing.
I would even say more so that I know that it's possible. I'm putting that possibility
In your head.
right next to you so
Right.
that you can grab hold of that possibility. So
Okay.
if right now the possibility's way out there and life is tough, but it's hard to grab onto. But if all of a sudden that possibility is sitting right next to you, it's a lot easier for somebody to grab hold of.
Right. Right.
The the most powerful thing is that once you are open to possibility, right, what else is possible? Right? If this is possible, then what else are we capable of doing? Right? If one-on-one we can get these results, well, what if it's 4-on-1, 6-on-1, 12
Yeah.
on 1? What's possible? So
Yes.
like Brad, the gentleman, I have a video on my group that he hadn't stood up out of his wheelchair for 11 months, and he stood for the first time in 11 months. Now, that's right at the edge of what I can grasp as possible, because I still have to be able to hold that possibility there until Brad grabs hold of it, right? But if there's 8 people or 10 people or 50 people focusing on Brad, then how much more possibility can be held
Right.
in that space? So part of what I'm wanting to do moving forward is to use the healing as an example of showing people what's possible, but then use a group of people and teach possibility so that
Yes.
together there's so much more that can be
Right.
done.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Great. I'd love to join this group.
Yeah,
I will be watching for it.
cool. So I've already started the group on Facebook, Focused
Yes.
Intention, and I don't know I if
I
I
just
you did. Okay, perfect. So there'll be there'll be stuff added to that here over the next couple weeks.
great.
Okay.
Great. Yes.
So real quick, get up and move around for me for a second, and just let me know how that feels.
The shoulder is better. The back is better. Yeah, it's the tingling and pain is not there.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And yes, it does take us a minute to sink in. Is that really gone? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why, like, action is the facilitator of belief, right? Because if we just sat around here and thought how awesome we were, eventually we would convince ourselves that we must not be awesome, or we'd be out doing awesome things. So the getting up and doing something different then solidifies that something has changed.
Yes.
Now, I probably should throw in a disclaimer. I don't know if we fixed clumsy.
Yeah. Well, I am trying to work on that. But I feel like some of that is trying to get my attention to, there's some things that I'm trying to get my attention to. And I am getting better at that. I have been working on myself a lot.
Awesome. Well, we're constantly working on ourselves, whether we want to admit it or not.
Yes, I agree.
So do this. Message me later today or in the morning and just let me know how you're doing.
Okay.
And then just know that if right now it feels better, then it can always feel better.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree.
Life sometimes does this again to people, right? So if something were to change, I mean, it's not, don't be discouraged like you did something wrong or, whatever. It's just, we might have to do it again.
Right. No, I agree. Totally.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
I'm so looking forward to joining, helping in this group.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.